Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Who Runs? Whew. What is going on, guys? So today I have been breaking in my new trainers. Let's have a little look at those bad boys. So they are the Saucony Kinvara 9s. Yes, the 10s are out now, so it's a great time to pick up an old pair of shoes. They worked for me last year, so they're going to work for me this year at half the price. But today is not about my shoes, today is about Who Runs, and in today's episode I talked to Carmen To. Now, about 2 weeks ago I put out a message on Twitter saying I was coming down to London for the day and would anybody be willing to meet up with a stranger for a run, show me around. And within a minute Carmen had messaged back saying yes, she would do that. So first of all, that told me a lot about Carmen's character right away. So I was happy to meet up with her. I went down to London. We spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours running before we had the interview. It probably would have been a bit shorter, but it was the holidays and there were a lot of crowds, so a lot of it was walking. But I really enjoyed getting to know Carmen. Now, there were definitely some takeaways from my conversations with Carmen, mainly that she's an extremely caring person, always willing to help others, and to surround yourself with people like that in life is an extremely important thing to do. So let's go ahead and have a little look at what Carmen had to say.
Typically, obviously at primary school you get involved with the running, so sports days and stuff. I was quite into that. I didn't really fully get into running of some sort until secondary school, and even then it's that typical thing of you're not necessarily a fan of running because it just reminds you of how horrible PE lessons are. And then I found my love for running again sort of about 3 years ago, so on and off between 2008 and 2016. My first actual race was because I was raising money for charity for the hospice that looked after my mum when she was in palliative care. But three years ago I took up running seriously, sort of just having a little bit of a nightmare in my personal life, and just found running, and just I haven't stopped since. For me, it's a huge mental benefit. Mental health is a big issue right now, and the fact that everyone can talk about it doesn't make me feel like I'm on my own. Like, someone might be having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. You can talk to someone about it, and that's really great. Running has meant I've met a lot of people along the way, so UK Run Chat and Race Check are some of the organisations that I've met other runners through at races. We talk to each other all week about things that might have gone right in training, what's gone wrong, any races that we all want to go to. That's how I managed to go to Limassol for the first time last year, which is real fun. And we're going again this year. So Limassol, it's on the island of Cyprus, and it's you do like a corporate 5k on the Saturday, and you can either do anything between a 5 to a marathon on the Sunday. So it's almost like a big holiday really, but there's running included. So that was my first experience of like a runcation, as the term likes to be thrown around.
It's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It is, yeah. I like now, if I'm going on a holiday, I kind of purpose go, oh, is there a park run, or maybe there's a race on, and that's how I got onto my second race abroad in Hong Kong last year. So if I'm going away and there is a race there, I'll look into it. It's not always, but in my head it's like, maybe I'll just stick my trainers in my suitcase just in case. I'm doing Guernsey 19th of May, so it's really exciting. Not so scary because I've got up to marathon distance before, so I know roughly what to expect, and the people who've done it previously have been really telling me how good it is, and the organisers have been really on it. Like, when you're on the waiting list, they'll warn you as to how close you are to getting in. And so when I got that email earlier this year, I was really excited, so I can't wait for that. Positive experience, I think it was one of my early longer distance runs. So when I did my first 10 miler down in Kingston about 3 years ago now. I'd been on like a running workshop the previous day, so I was like putting into practice what I learned, and just the whole run for me, it just clicked into place. I had such a good time. I was smiling the whole way around. I probably don't always notice if I'm smiling the whole way around, in all honesty, because sometimes I'm probably in a lot of pain, or it's a really tough slog. But for me, that was one of like the pivotal moments of running where I was like, oh, I love doing this, and this is why I want to do it. I think it was when I got injured, really. So 2 years ago now, I had a really severe hamstring injury. It just wasn't letting up. And in the end, my sports massage therapist and my PT just told me to call it and just take a time out. And that's in that month off, I was in a really horrible place of just like, I can't run, I can't do anything. I was a really unpleasant person to be around, to me, in all honesty, but it makes you stronger when you come out the other side and realise actually you don't want to be in that place ever again. So I, oddly enough, had never been on Twitter for a very long time, resisted the urge, and then one of my previous jobs, they left me in charge for the work's Twitter account to advertise all our work and stuff. And then when I left that job, I decided I want to keep contact with some people, so I opened up my own account. And UK Run Chat was one of the first ones I came across. So it was like Joe, who runs UK Run Chat. It's just like an open community. They have a UK Run Chat hour on a Wednesday and a Sunday. So it's a whole hour in the evening where you ask questions, you have hosts. So you can elect yourself to be a host for one session. I think one time I ended up being a host like 2 weeks on the trot by accident. But I really enjoyed it. It's quite a frantic kind of hour, but you get a lot of advice out of it. You meet new runners, you get to share your highs and your lows, you know, suggestions of races, nutrition, injury prevention and stuff. But ultimately you take what you want from those hours. You know, everyone's different, everyone's individual, so obviously you take what works for you. Just because it works for one runner doesn't work for someone else. I think it was with the interactions of UK Run Chat that I came across Race Check and Kat and Alex, who run Race Check. So they deem it's like the TripAdvisor of running. So you go on there for suggestions of races. So say you want to look for a certain 10K in your area and you don't know what it's like, you can go off other people's reviews about what's good, what's bad. So you can look at like costs, travel, accommodation. Recently they've started putting on an option to enter races through their website. And then Visor Club is like a offshoot from that. So when you do your monthly reviews, you get put into a monthly draw, and if you get picked, you get to choose Visor Club, so you're either Team Black or Team White. So I'm Team Black. It's quite funny, it's almost controversial. we like to have banter though, but at the end of the day, we're all runners, we all get with each other. It helps us find each other at races. So it's like we have big meetups every now and again, so our next one will be at the Big Half in 2 weeks, which will be really good, so we'll be back here again, obviously. And yeah, it's been really, it's like a really good supportive environment that you can talk to people, and just, you know, if you're unsure about something, there's always someone who's going to know the answer that maybe you'll think you know, but all you need just a bit of advice. But obviously with certain areas, it's not the place to discuss. So like injuries and stuff, yeah, it's great, but obviously we all advocate go speak to someone who's a professional. So I used to run with a former partner, and then we split. And kind of at the time I didn't enjoy it as much, but then I was only just getting into the running really. But now with the community thing, that's what I love about the running. Like I can see how everyone's getting on. We all support each other, and it's a really nice way that if you're not part of an actual club physically, or you have friends that don't quite understand your passion for running, that you've always got someone that you can talk to about it. I think me partly because I'm sort of in between looking for work, so I've got that availability in the daytime, and you very seldom have people that are available in the daytime to go running, so it's quite nice, and it makes training easy as well. So with me training for Manchester and for Guernsey, because I'm going those longer distances, it's great to have the time to just be able to chat with someone along the way, and it makes the miles go so much faster.
Yeah, that's been very nice to meet you.
Yes, and
nice to meet you. Good. I would
certainly be a different person if running wasn't in my life right now. I'd like to keep as long as possible. But just for anyone who's kind of questioning whether they're good at running or not, just give it a little try. You've got things like Couch to 5K, you've got running groups that sometimes you can go for a run and then have a coffee chat afterwards. Find a friend to go with and just kind of try something. Even parkrun, you know, parkrun you don't have to run it to begin with, you can walk first. You can even be the tail walker if you want, but essentially you'll never be the last person to finish it because the tail walker is the person who'll make sure that you get around okay. And just don't be afraid just to try something new, I think is the main thing. Even if you don't feel like going for a run, just go out for 10 minutes and see what happens. If it's not great, you can come back again. If not, carry on going on again.
Carmen, it's been very nice to meet you
Nice
today.
to meet you too. Thank you.
So that was Carmen To, my spotlight for this week's Who Runs. If you liked it, guys, leave a like, thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. We'll have another Who Runs coming very soon, but for now, stay happy.